Okay, so hello there. Welcome to the channel and welcome to, I guess, more game pickups. I'd like to, first of all, just say thank you for the people that actually checked out my PSN tour for the PlayStation 3. It was a long video. I didn't think it'd do that well, to be honest. But I thought I'd just check out the network and see, given the fact it's still running, how things are looking these days. I got quite curious with it, and it was quite interesting to sort of see what the store is like now. It runs fairly, I wouldn't say fast, but it runs reasonably well considering how old it is. I mean, I don't know how many people make purchases on it anymore, but it's fascinating nonetheless. So I just like to said, as I said, shout out and just say thank you for anyone that checked it out. I find it quite interesting just going through the games and stuff. Obviously, it's ancient by today's standards, and I imagine it will be eventually shut down in the next few years. Sadly, I would imagine because well, I mean, you were at what, PS 5 years into the PS5 generation, so you're looking at PS6 soon. So, but anyway, we'll move on to pick game pickups. I've got quite a few actually. In fact, to be honest, I kind of got a bit caught up in the whole FOMO thing, to be honest, which I slightly regret to some degree. It, you know, and time. By the way, I've got time slips on it, and bloody hell, it's one of the games I first got on my PS2, and holy crap, is it hard! Like it's so hard. The controls are so difficult, and that's only on normal mode as well. But we'll get back to that in a bit. So yeah, first of all, Hitman. I had this in the job lot, and I had like a stealth itch, and I really wanted to try something different from Metal Gear, and people kept. So I've seen some people, Hitman's a really good game, and I was like, well, I'll give it a go and give it a check out. This game is janky as hell. I wouldn't call it. Oh, that water's horrible. Excuse me. I wouldn't call this a particularly amazing game. I mean, it's PS2. It's janky as hell. It looks really rough, and my drive on my PS2, I think, is a bit rough as well. It was very hard. The textures are very blocky on it. It's an old game. It is what it is. But that kind of gave me the inspiration to sort of get in on the Hitman games and give them a try, give them more of a chance. Which ended up picking up the classics one on PS3. The HD trilogy was the first one I picked up. And obviously, that has got Hitman, Silent Assassins, which is the PS2 game, Contracts, and Blood Money. It looks a lot better. I can't really complain. It looks like it's not a different game, but it looks a lot better. Obviously, the resolution is a little bit higher, and they've done some other stuff to the game to make it look better. Obviously, it comes from a manual disc, and it was in the vein of about 15-ish pound, I think, maybe just over. So that was that one, and then I can't shut the case. I come across this Absolution, which I believe this is on PS5. It might be on the Series Xbox consoles. I've no idea with Xbox anymore. What's what? But this one, ironically, is sealed. It didn't say it was sealed, I don't believe, when I got it on the description. I have no idea what Absolution is exactly. As I said, I know it's on PS5 though, so I will be. But it's like 50 quid. Now I assume it's just a remake or a remaster of this. Probably, I'm assuming higher resolution and stuff like that. But it wasn't that expensive. It was about 12 quid, I think, something like that. But yeah, so I can't complain too much. The next one was Sonic and Knuckles. This is in terrible condition. Well, the cases, the box and the manual are excellent, but as you can see, the case is pretty destroyed. I haven't got the inlay for it either, so I'm either going to make a custom case for this, or I'm going to just try and pick up another copy of it. I haven't no idea as of yet, but manual's in good condition. So I can't complain too much. I've got this digitally on numerous different collections, and I've obviously got the Origins one as well. And the cart works, and I've had it running Sonic 3. I've sprayed out the contacts so it's clean. So yeah, another one off my list, basically. This came in at 27, I think it was. Which isn't that expensive, but obviously one with a good, nice box is about 50 quid or something. So as I said, I'll probably just either make my own custom box or try and get a legitimate box case off eBay or somewhere, but it might be a difficult one to find, to be honest. Next one on my list before we move to Hitman will be this. No idea why I bought this. It's not a bad game, but it is also a game I wish I hadn't bought because I'm not going to play this much. It's a roguelike. You go into different areas, you do combat, you unlock different abilities, and it's very Diablo-like because so it can be like, oh, you've unlocked, you know, times plus 6 damage at with a 10% possible chance of a critical hit. Very Diablo-like, but with none of the... I don't think it's got any of the gear type stuff. It looks really good, and ironically, I like the graphics models on it, and obviously the characters have got quite different personalities. It's good fun. It's just not something I can see myself putting a lot of time into. It is a deluxe edition for... It was like £22. It's got these collectible cards with it as well. But I can't see myself putting a lot of time just, so this might be one I'll put back on eBay and make some money off it. I mean, it's only £22 or something, but yeah, one I do regret buying. But it's not a bad game. I just don't see myself spending a lot of time with it. Maybe in multiplayer, maybe, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it, let's put it that way. One of FOMO, I guess you could say. Fear of missing out is a stupid thing, but we all fall for it, I guess. Talking about more games with sort of FOMO. Now, this one isn't FOMO. Because I got the other Hitman games, I saw this and I thought, well, what's the modern ones really like? And I've been thoroughly addicted to this. This has got Hitman 1, 2, and 3. Now, I assume these are these remakes of older games? I don't think they're the same as the other Hitman, as this one. I assume they're not the same. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest. But this isn't bad. This is brilliant. It's just so good. I mean, I've only done a couple of missions, but it's literally sometimes like half an hour to an hour to sort of, depending on how you approach the mission. There's so many different ways you can approach stuff. Now, I do get the suspicion that this might be an online game only, so I'm not sure if it will work without without your PS5 being online, because there's a lot of updates and DLCs advertised. So I'm not 100% sure because I've not tested it. But yeah, this is awesome. I'm thoroughly addicted to this. I just love the idea you can put bodies in boxes and in different hide the bodies, and you can change uniform. And I'm just on one level at the moment where you've got to go to I've taken out the 2 targets. There's like a laboratory you've got to go into, and I unfortunately went into it with a shotgun, so that kind of gave me away. But it's really, really good. I just can't wait to actually get back to it. But it's just one of those games where you have to spend a lot of time sort of approaching the missions in different ways. It's excellent. I've got Time Splitters running in the background as well, which is, as I said, awesome, but bleeding hard. I don't think it was a release game on PS2, but I had it on PS2. It might have been near the release of PlayStation 2. I can't remember. But anyway, back to this. Yeah, so recommend this definitely. It's got all 3 games on there. I think you can get them separately as well if you wish, but I just thought, sorry, I'll just get all 3 for the money. Again, this was only like I think about £22 to £25. It wasn't that expensive, but I'm well impressed with that. I wish I'd played the other Hitman games when they come out all those years ago. But I'm trying to go into different genres, so I guess we'll see. Right, now on to one that I read up on, looked up, researched. Ultimate Alliance on 360. Now this one has a crack there, unfortunately, so I could change the case over. Disc is in pretty good condition. I've heard so much about this. I've listened to Retro Rebound rave on about this, saying it's one of his favorite one of those type of game. One of his sort of favorite sort of Diablo type games. I loaded this up. I played it for 25 minutes. I thought this was one of the right. Let's be fair about this. Graphically, for the generation, it's not bad. The animations look kind of cool. And different characters. The voices are some are cool, some are kind of generic. But I wasn't. I didn't. I thought this was going to be awesome. I thought this was going to be like let's just try and think of something. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Even though they're really primitive compared to say Diablo and stuff, I was expecting it to be like that. I was thinking, this is going to be absolutely awesome. Boy, was I disappointed in this game. I paid about £24 for this, and yeah, this is to me, this doesn't even come close to Baldur's Gate, and Baldur's Gate is still quite primitive compared to say something like Diablo. I don't hate this game, and I might go back and play a bit more of it, but I have considered putting it on eBay and selling it because it's just, I don't know what it is like when I was playing through it. Like, the areas you fight in are really cramped. And when you hit the enemies, there's no real, doesn't feel like there's any contact. Like, when you're hitting things, like, there's not really like there's not really much of a dodge mechanic. I guess you can dodge to some degree, but it just feels very cramped and limited is the only word I can use. I was expecting the attacks to be like something like in Diablo or even Baldur's Gate, where they have like impact, but it doesn't. You go through fighting different different robots that Doom sends after you, and that's pretty much it. Now the voice, like there's different characters you can swap between. I think it's 2 characters, and this just disappointed me. I just really wasn't impressed with this at all. It's got a great character selection, no doubt about it. And there was I believe there's a port of this because this is on like 3 generations. This was on Xbox, PS2. I don't think it was on GameCube. And then it was on PS3, 360, and then in 16, I believe it got ported to Xbox One and PS4. But then it was delisted not long after that. I'm assuming it's got something to do with the Marvel rights with all the films coming out. But I was really looking forward to playing this, and I was bitterly disappointed in this. I just thought it was just not a bad game, but just very lacking in. It's just for me something, I just don't know what it is, but I was just really, really disappointed in this game. I may play a bit more of it, but I just didn't. While I was playing, I just didn't find it interesting. You're just doing missions for like, is it Nick Fury? And well, that's the bit I've played so far, obviously, and it just felt just really, just bland. But I mean, I may go back and give it another try, but I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. I think Baldur's Gate is far superior to this in every single way, and it's made by a decent I mean, it's published by Activision, but Raven Software. So yeah, I don't know. This is just not a game I was that impressed with. Because I know some people love this. I don't know. Very weird, but we'll see. And then on to the expensive one. I've nearly finished my Pokemon collection. I've not really played any of them yet, barring I'm about halfway through Pearl. But my DS collection is nearly complete. I still need to get Heart Gold. Now, this wasn't cheap. This was £93, I believe. It does have a slight scratch there, as you can see. But it is legit. I've checked it all over. It's got all the right things on the cartridge and everything. I'm probably going to rip this to the 3DS at some point. But yeah, £93. Now, I didn't get the Pokeball thing. I'm not that fussed about that, if I'm honest. But there's a few on there. There's Heart Gold and Soul Silver. So Heart Gold's the other one I need to get my hands on at some point. And is it Platinum? Which is, I think, is a spin-off of Diamond and Pearl. And I think Moon and Sun, and Black 2. That's an expensive one as well. But Moon and Sun, and then Ultra Moon and Sun. I hated both of those games, to be honest with you. I just didn't like the concept of being no gym leaders. I just didn't like that at all. So I guess we'll see. I've got a few more games, but this for me was I went a bit over the top. If I'm honest, I did sort of the FOMO thing kind of hit me, and I kind of regret that to some degree because I did waste a bit of money that I shouldn't have. So I'm going to try and do a bit better. But as a lot of people say, just buy the games you're actually going to play, because I haven't, and I have. So some I have and some I haven't, and I do regret some of the games I bought because I'm never going to play them. I'm going to make active effort to try and play as much as I can, but there's only so much you can play. You've only got so much time in life when you're juggling other responsive work and family and other stuff. But yeah, so see, I haven't added any more to my GameCube collection as of yet, which is another one I'm thinking about adding a few more to that. But we will leave it there, and apparently my dog has come in. Say hello, Harriet. Woof woof. But yeah, so anyway, we will leave it there. Again, anyone that checked out my PSN video, I do appreciate it. But yeah, thank you for the time, and keep gaming. And as I said, collect games, play games, but just collect things you're actually gonna play. Oh, and Cosmic Invasion is out as well on every platform. So I really So I really want to get on that at some point. But it looks really, really good. Now, that's a Marvel game I'm really looking forward to playing. I did the demo for it a few weeks back, and I had nothing but a great deal of time, great fun with that. So, yeah, I will leave it there. Anyway, thank you for your time, and keep gaming. Peace.